Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez, coming at you today with a Veve, OMI, GrumpyCat 4chan update video. Guys, ever new? Welcome. For not, welcome back. I love y'all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, and subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that super thanks button down below. And become a member. There's lots of perks. Also, wraithax.eth domain name. So I'll start off with GrumpyCat and 4chan. I want to do a couple of little price predictions here. Be advised, when I first got into 4chan and I told a couple of people, not you guys because I don't give financial advice, I just tell my friends. I was like, hey guys, get into 4chan, just for the heck of it. And for the heck of it, a couple people made a lot of money. They've 30x their money. When I got into GrumpyCat, I put in around 7,000, around the $7 million market cap. And that has been cut in half. That is, so I now only have 3,500. The reason I did that is because I thought that GrumpyCat was going to go up well before 4chan. I figured these would go up. 4chan is very memeable. GrumpyCat has a lot of really good backing and a lot of really fun announcements. There's actually going to be an announcement, I think in like 24 hours. I think, or by the time you guys see this video, it'll probably be within the next 12 hours as of the premiere of this video. They'll have a major announcement. And they're supposed to have more sooner, but I thought, I was like, okay, I'll put a bunch into GrumpyCat. When that goes up, and I'll go right into 4chan. The opposite happened. 4chan went up like a mother flapper. Again, it's up 30x of where it was. So could it do another 10x? Sure. It could go up to, what is it now? $23 million market cap, 230 million. Well past OMI, sure. I remember the same thing happened with Pepe. Oh, everyone's talking about Pepe, and then it really got, everyone started listing it. And I'm not saying we're in a bull market right now. I'm just saying that we're closer to a bull market now than we were when Pepe started going out a couple months ago. And 4chan could keep running. And the potential that it has, we don't really know where. Let's say it is another Pepe, which again, it's the birthplace of Pepe. Okay, well, that's where we go. A 10x from here is up to 200 million. Could it do 100x from here? Could it be a $2 billion market cap? It could. Will it? I mean, for all we know, we could have another meme coin come out and 4chan goes to zero. I have to say, do I believe that? No. Do I think it'll be 2 billion? Probabilities, bull case, bear case, base case. Base case, it'll probably get tens of millions of more dollars to their market cap. It'll probably reach over 100 million. That's going to be the test. Same thing with GrumpyCat. GrumpyCat is going to have that test. That 100 million is really, really hard to get over. And I'm not saying that guaranteeing you these guys do that. I don't want to talk too much about it. Got Veve and OMI go over as well. You take a look at these, and let's say my base case for these is, let's say 50 million for GrumpyCat, and then 100 million for 4chan. Okay, well, bear case. Okay, bear case, they could both go to zero. Bull case, I think 4chan could, because of the story, because of the way it is. I think 4chan could actually be worth hundreds of millions at some point. GrumpyCat, because I have so much in GrumpyCat, I kind of really want to stay a bit more conservative. And I want to say, like, okay, bull case, that $100 million mark. Because again, that'd be $100,000 if that happens. It's like, okay, cool. That's, people wanted that, so that's the speculation here. Hopefully they both happen. Hopefully they go, further beyond. We shall see. OMI, on the other hand, it was said by the modern investor. I'll play you the clip just so I can kind of go over it, just so y'all know what I'm talking about. And we'll go over some OMI.
That guy on Twitter who has 169 million OMI. I was chatting with a friend. The previous all-time high for OMI was 1 cent. I believe that at some point OMI is going to hit $1 a coin. This is my belief. And I was telling my friend, I showed him the screenshot of the guy who has 169 million, he has more now, 169 million OMI. And I was like, when that coin hits 10 cents, that's $16.9 million. It's insane to think about, but I'm hyper bullish on OMI. I'm always trying to accumulate more. I think it is a great project. and that's my personal opinion on it. That guy on Twitter who has
So
169
why I decided to play that is because that's a modern investor. He'll be coming on the podcast at some point. We wanted to do it for June. He had just moved. He's got a bunch of stuff going on. Hopefully we'll get to do it in July. Well, hopefully we'll still do it in June, but I digress. He is somebody that has 250,000 subscribers over on YouTube. So he's not a nobody. He's not just this random moon boy. He gives very good predictions. He goes over crypto. He lives and breathes this stuff every single day. Every single day there's a new show. He'll be like, good morning, everybody. And he'll go over the news. He's extraordinarily well informed. He does have a bunch of Veve stuff, a lot of comics. He's really into comics. So in case you don't want to hear it from me, in case you don't want to be like, oh, well, Chavez, you're biased because you have all this OMI and you're over-leveraged and you're overexposed and et cetera, et cetera. I mean, if I was really over-leveraged, would I have spent $8,000 on Luke's? Would I put 7K? When I say Luke Skywalker's, would I have put 7K into, GrumpyCat? I wouldn't have done these things if I was like super over-leveraged and super hard for money. But if you don't want to hear it from me, hear it from that guy. Hear it from Crypto Rain. I'll be on his podcast on Wednesday. Hear it from Sanjay. Hear it from all these other successful people that OMI's probably going to do pretty well. Again, not financial advice. Nobody knows what can happen, but yeah, that most likely in a year from now, if you have OMI, you're probably going to be doing really well. Anyway, we have a bunch of news to go over as well. Let's start that. I posted a video to Twitter the other night, or it was a picture to Twitter, and it was about the Sims from like 2003 on GameCube, and my friend happened to have it, and we were playing. We were playing GameCube, and she said like, okay, this is my Sim house, this is my Sim daddy. Oh, daddy. And then she goes on and we switched the game to Pokemon Channel. She's like, have you ever played that? I was like, well, I did. I got it not because I thought it was a good game, although it is really cute. I thought that I could use that to transfer my Gen 2 generation Pokemon to Gen 3. I don't think you can do that. Anyway, we go in, and one of the first things she does, in her room, she has Pikachu following her around, has a little oddish toy, it was cute, was that she gets mail. Delibird is standing by the window, and it has a package for her. She had bought stuff, like digitally. Like obviously it's Pokemon Channel, it's fake money, but she had bought stuff, and Professor Oak tells her that she had sold some stuff. She has some more Pokédollars. What is the first thing that she does? She goes and buys more stuff. What do people do when they have found money? They buy more things. And this just goes to show, like, I could show you our basement. I could show you her room in the office. A lot of you have seen it. Covered with plushies and toys and Funko Pops and posters and action figures. She has 3 Christmas trees every year with ornaments. There's not a lot of room for more physical stuff in the house. Only other option is digital. Even when she was a kid, digital stuff that she would buy. And now, again, it's with fake Pokédollars, but you're telling me that, a lot of these people that buy stuff in the digital world, even if it is Pokédollars, whatever, that if you could spend real money on these things, they wouldn't. Of course they would. Like, you have Among Us, which makes billions of dollars because of the microtransactions of $2 toilet paper hats and $2 things. Like, this is already a multi-billion-dollar industry. Digital collectibles, in my opinion, is just that next step forward. Every single kid that is born from now, in the next 20 years, that's what they're going to do. The physical, I really hope that people will appreciate it. But there was this girl on the Fine Bros. The Fine Bros is they do like, kids react and teens react and elders react, have reaction channels. And there was this one girl that really, really loved books. And she was the minority. Everyone else like, digital's fine, whatever. A lot of kids didn't really care. But she was really upset that when they had stopped printing the Encyclopedia Britannica. I think they stopped printing it in 2011. And she got really upset, saying this is really sad. And I think it is. It marks the end of an era, and you get nostalgic for stuff. And, I had a couple of those when I was a kid. But again, this was years ago. Like, this is like 6 years ago this episode came out. Probably even more than that. Wow, I've been out of the military for almost 6 years now. 7 years now, almost. In the future, yes, you will have the minority of children like that appreciate physical stuff. And I think it's going to be sad that, most of them don't. But that's the way the world is going. it's going digital. It's already there. Like that, I feel like myself loving physical Pokemon cards. I feel like a Timex watch in a digital age. Comment down below if you get that reference. And anyway, we have other stuff to go over, but that's just some feelings I really wanted to get out. Like I've seen the world change so much since I was a kid, and it's not going to go back. It's not going to go back to the way it was. It's going to continuously go and progress. Things are going to get more micro. We're going to go more inward. And the digital transactions, Veve's in such a good place. It's a multi-trillion-dollar opportunity for this metaverse. And I know I talked about it in the last video with Ubisoft. On accident, Veve and OMI is going to get a piece of that, and they have the best platform in the business. And in case maybe that because we see stuff every day, it's like seeing a puppy one week and seeing a puppy the next week. The puppy got so big, and people that kind of see him every day, they don't really see it. Here's two pictures side by side of two Final Fantasy games. They weren't made 20 years apart. They weren't even made 10 or even 5 years apart. They were released 4 years apart. That is how drastically things can change. Taking a little step outside of Veve here to go to the macro, we have Daniel Batten over on Twitter saying, new chart, Bitcoin mining sustainability versus other industries. He points that Bitcoin mining has both the highest mix of sustainable energy and the highest growth rate in sustainable energy use. This is really, really bullish for crypto. Even Democrats will be like, oh, okay, this is going in the trajectory that you want it to go, which I agree. Speaking of things in the trajectory that you want them to go, we have an update from Brock McBlockchain about Feesh, saying every Feesh holder should have received a new Feesh friend to celebrate Feesh Day, which was 2 days ago by the time you're watching this video. If you haven't had a Feesh friend before, you can go to your Feesh hub and pick a Feesh to add to a friend, to add the friend to it, and it will then follow them around in your Feesh tank. And for me, this kind of reminded me in Pokemon Yellow, Pikachu follows you around. In Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver, your starters follow you around, and it's really cool. It's like, again, you pay microtransactions for that in Among Us to have a space crab follow you around. It's fun. You get a little buddy. That's why I think Monster Hunter is really cool. You get this little orange cat, and I named mine Erica because I was dating Erica at the time, and she's a ginger, and I had a ginger kitty. Anyway, a little peek into my past. You have these, again, that's nostalgia. As soon as Brock mentioned that, I was like, I got really excited because that took me back to a time where, you didn't think that was possible in games, and then, it happens. So I tell Brock this, and he says, well, now, if you have 6 Feesh friends, they can all be your posse and squat up on you. That's a reference to Pokemon. You're only allowed to have 6 Pokemon in your party at one time, and only one Pokemon followed you at a time. So now when you have this, it's really cool because you could have all 6 of your Feesh follow you. So I said squat up, and he goes on and he says, there's like 8 Feesh friends already from various opportunities to grab. More are coming as well, plus accessories for Feesh dress-up party. And again, that's the other thing with, I don't think Brock is charging any microtransactions, although he could. It's just master of airdrops. He's going and saying, oh, you could dress your Feesh up in, I'm guessing, little hats or little sweaters. I think that'd be so dapper. I think that, and again, the reason why I say the trajectory in which this could go, in Veveverse, you're going to have Ready Player One, or I'm sorry, not Ready Player Me is the company that's creating our avatars. And you're going to have your own avatar, and we're going to spend hours making it, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be cool. But what I think would be really boss would be like Pikmin. Like Olimar, where you go in and you have all these little Pikmin following you. I think, could you imagine just going around the Veveverse and just having all of your Marvel Mighties follow you? I have hundreds of those guys. All my Alligator Lokis. Again, hundreds of those. I think that would be really cool to have. Or if it looks like you have a spell, like Wingardium Leviosa, and you go and you have your comic books follow you around. I don't know if that's going to be a thing, but it could be. And that's just something I'd be excited about. Comment down below, thing you're most excited for in the Veveverse. So Veve had posted, thank you for submitting your feedback and helping us better serve current and future collectors on Veve. Survey giveaway winners should have their prizes in their collection now. I know a lot of people that had taken the survey. I did not get one of those collectibles. I don't know if anyone got any of those collectibles. I've asked on Twitter. Nobody seems to have gotten them yet. Comment down below if you got one. What did you get? I'm so heckin' curious. And also be advised, they do also do giveaways on... Okay, I didn't say do. They do also do giveaways on their Discord, I think every Tuesday. So check, go go to their Discord, go to their Twitter. They'll have a link to that over on the Twitter. And again, I want to venture outside of Veve a little bit here and talk about cryptoys for a second. I'll actually read Foster Hilt's message first before we go over this. And again, we both really like the project. So Foster says, "This is the last time I'm going to say this. I like cryptoys. I collect cryptoys. The vast majority of the Veve community likes and support cryptoys. Hear, hear. Most of their user base was likely introduced by or also collects on Veve. It's not a competition. If you can't see the correlation between the damage that was done to Veve by misleading user data and the importance of why I want to protect cryptoys from that same damage, I can't help you. I was the first content creator in the Veve community to cover cryptoys, and I've continued to post and support them even though I'm not paid or sponsored to do so beyond the initial video I made last year. There is no project in the space that has it figured out, and all projects, including Veve, still have a long way to go. I'll continue to share the fandom of projects who unite and bring us together, and I hope that as a community we can continue to share and support our common interest of collecting together, wherever it may be. If you're a member of Veve and Cryptoys community, let me know down below. If you are into Veve but haven't checked out Cryptoys, make sure that you do. They have a great team and have some pretty awesome toys. Let's focus on the love of collecting that bring us together rather than the tiny differences of the platform, of what platform we do it on that takes us apart. So the reason I want to bring that up is because when I go and again, David even said you want to have other successful platforms in the space. And I want to kind of take a look back at about a year ago when you had the digital toy, CoinDesk had reported that the digital toy platform Cryptoys had raised $23 million. They'd raised it with a bunch of different people, and I'm very curious to see where that money had gone. And if you're in the Cryptoys community, if you know the people on there, be like, hey, where'd this go? I think it'd be really cool to know like what the marketing budget is, what the budget is for this. And again, they're a private company. They don't need to release any of that information, especially just because some random person asks. But I think it might behoove them to go and I don't know, get public opinion on that. Just because, again, they didn't get a blank check. They clearly had numbers attached to it. But I'm really curious to see what they're doing. And again, I didn't know they raised that much. Because they raised that much, if they paid, I just seen $50,000. Kind of a drop in the bucket. They could do that for Logan Paul. They could do that for Crypto Arya. Not that they have a native token, but Crypto Arya saying, oh, hey, here's another thing similar to a Komi and Veve. They have really cool licenses. What do you think about them? I think if they have that much money, then that's good. Comment down below if you have any Cryptoys stuff. Comment down below what your favorite Cryptoys collectible is. I'm going to say it's probably a Star Wars one. It could be a He-Man. I don't know. But yeah, comment down below. And outside of that, that's it for the show. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye, Dashi. I love you guys. Goodbye. Meow, meow.